Hey guys, we're traveling through the mountains. Actually up here filming a lot of Blackstone videos. We're back at the hotel and got the 17-inch E-Series griddle. Let's make some breakfast.
Let's give it a try.
Electronic controls on the front. I've been liking lately around 400 degrees or so for pancakes. This recipe was inspired by my subscriber Todd from Ontario. Shout out to Todd, thank you for the hookup with this amazing, two of these amazing bottles of Canadian pure maple syrup. This is gonna be a buttermilk pancake recipe. I like to use all the mixes, you know me. If it's easy, I'll do it. I love using the Kodiak cakes and the Sam's Club buttermilk pancake mix, all that stuff. But this is a quick one that we can do from scratch. So grabbed everything out of the Blackstone van. We have about 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. It's about a tablespoon of pure cane sugar, approximately 1 teaspoon of baking powder, followed by a teaspoon approximately of baking soda. Next we need some salt, and it turns out I only have the coarse sea salt in the Blackstone van, but we need around 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'll just go ahead and pulverize that salt with my fist. Salt into the dry mixture. We'll go ahead and mix those dry ingredients together. I couldn't find a bowl today, but I had my Blackstone Adventure Ready collapsible basting dome, which also works as a serving bowl. So we're gonna start out with whole cultured buttermilk and around a cup. This is weird for me to be measuring, by the way, folks. 1.5 cups or so. So let's see, there's 1 cup, followed by 1/2 cup right there. 1 egg. I need some butter. Mine happens to be frozen, but we do have a microwave here. Let's see, I'm never good at using, there we go, apparently it's going in for a minute. We'll try to do that for around 20 seconds or so. And we're gonna need a couple of tablespoons of butter, probably 2 tablespoons of butter, so we're gonna eyeball that. Today we're gonna put a little bit of pure vanilla extract in there. Eyeballing this, of course, but maybe about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. I'm fresh out of whisk. Don't have one with me today, so we're gonna go ahead and just use a fork, and this will be just fine. That buttermilk, you can see it clumping up, boys. This is gonna be good. And wet mixture into the dry mixture, something like that. I said 1.5 cups, but it turns out mine's a little more dry today, so I'm gonna put just a little extra buttermilk in mine right there. Put a little bit of oil down on the griddle top and straight down with our pancake batter, which is very, very light and fluffy, by the way. We're up here in the mountains, folks, and it's about, what are we, about 10,000 feet or so? And so our home elevation, where I tested these recipes, our home elevation is around 7,300 feet. We might have some trial by fire here. I can tell you one thing from the get-go, these are coming out way more fluffy than they did at home. When I made these at home, they were very fluffy and delicious, but these things popped up like a cinnamon roll. Check out that non-stick, by the way. Look at that, folks. Look at this non-stick. We're gonna go in there, give it a flip. Wow, that one looks absolutely perfect. I'm gonna have to say, these things came out way, way fluffier than they did at the house. And at the house, I was very impressed. I have some of the extra melted butter since the microwave went crazy on me. I'm gonna put a little bit of the extra melted butter on top. Now, the neat thing about the indoor, outdoor electric griddle, folks, is that it is very forgiving. Now, you hear me saying this all the time with the outdoor griddles, that they're very forgiving, and they are, right? If you compare them to an old cast iron skillet over an open flame, there's no comparison. They're just so forgiving. But this thing is crazy. You really have to try hard. You really have to put an effort in to try to burn things on this griddle, because it just isn't going to happen on its own, because it's such a forgiving cooking surface. So you can see these things are looking gorgeous. I mean, beautiful. I'm going to have to say, folks, I'm inside of the hotel, and these seriously might be the best looking pancakes I have ever made. So we're going to go ahead with the largest one here on the bottom. way we have a nice little base. And then this one, which is the smallest and probably the prettiest one on top. Todd also hooked me up with some maple sugar leaves. These are made from 100% maple syrup. These are so cool, and I've been dying to use one of these. I'm thinking we might put one of those like right there on top, something like that. That beautiful Canadian maple syrup. Look at that little handle, by the way. Here we go. You ready for this? Oh yeah. Hotel plastic fork and knife. I know. But check this out, folks. So, yeah, I'm gonna dig in there and we're gonna take a cross section out of these pancakes just so you can see. I mean, come on. I don't know if you can see that steam coming out of there or not. Wow. Look at that, folks. By the way, look at the picture there in the hotel. That's the Colorado Rocky Mountains right there, and I'll be up there elk hunting in another month or so. Let's give it a try. Fresh buttermilk pancakes with pure Canadian maple syrup. Indoor, outdoor electric griddles. How do you clean them? These things are super non-stick. You can see it's a little bit oily. Grab my paper towels and this is it. You're never gonna put a griddle scraper on here. I repeat, you're never gonna use a metal griddle scraper. I guess if you need to, if you did like 20 burgers on here, you could grab your plastic spatula and nudge it a little bit, use a little bit of water, but that's really all you need to do. You don't need to oil it afterwards, folks, because it's completely non-stick. Then you just come over here and press your button, turn it off. That's all there is to it. Let it cool down and back in the backpack, folks. So a couple of things about the E-Series griddles, folks. They're currently two, a 17-inch and a 22-inch griddle. They're not made to replace the outdoor griddles, right? But they're made for indoor or outdoor use. And as you can see, if you look at these things, they're built exactly like the outdoor griddles. They have the hoods exactly like you do the outdoor griddles. But it's a great way to be able to cook indoors. It's a great way to be able to cook in an RV, in a hotel room, in a hunting lodge, in a cabin. You can do everything that you can do on your outdoor griddle on the E-Series, folks. Obviously, it's scaled down. It's a smaller scale. You're not going to achieve 700-degree griddle top on this like you would on a Pro Series outdoors, but you can get up pretty darn close to 500 degrees. So you can cook anything on the E-Series that you can outdoor. Now, if you want this recipe, folks, I'm going to go ahead and try to write this down. Writing down recipes is my nemesis, I guess. It's my kryptonite. I'm going to go ahead and try to write this down and get it up for you at blackstoneproducts.com. Folks, make sure you're watching all of our weekly shows. Desiree, Nate, and CJ. And you can pick up the E-Series at Walmart and walmart.com. If you want to find more information, just go out to blackstoneproducts.com. So until next time, everybody, this is Todd. I'm up here in Summit County, Colorado. I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the homemade buttermilk pancakes with pure Canadian maple syrup.